Looking at our locations here as a sort of helicopter overview, you can see there's lots of different variations and orders to the content that we have. Now, Hong Kong, for example, looks different to Bali in the way that it's structured and organized. So this is something that we need to add in to our shopping list. So in our extra features, we want to be able to rearrange and order our content in various different ways. So with these pages, they're still made up of the same fundamental pieces. Each one has a header, a text block, images. The only thing that's different is the way that those are ordered and how they appear on the page. So something that we're going to be talking about a lot this week, and indeed next week, is the idea of components. So if you've used design tools before or have done coding with things like React, you will be very familiar with the concept of what a component is and why it's useful. The analogy that I like to use is thinking about components a bit like Lego bricks, in that we can use and reuse them and rearrange them in multiple ways to build up a variation of different things. The same concept applies to our pages. We can break those down into lots of components, and things are very, very flexible. We can move them around. And another bonus of that is it cuts down on repeated code for us. So if we were going to take an example from our page, let's look at our our hero. How would we think about that as a component? Well, the way we would think about it would look like this. We would have a hero image in the background. In there, we've got a title, a subheading, and a date. So a component is like a container, and in there we have lots of sub pieces as well. So these are almost components as well. And the idea we can have components inside components gets very meta. So that's how we can think about this header. It's got a few different pieces to it, but the hero itself, keep calling it a header, is going to stay the same. So these are going to be a component. We can reuse that same piece in two different places. So that's a very, very powerful feature. And the only thing that is changing there is the data itself. So what the image is, what the title is, the description, and the date. So with our hero component, the way that we can tackle this, if we sort of cast our minds back to week 3, where we talked about the idea of having the about page with all our different avatars, and we had a location, a role, a bio, we had to use advanced custom fields to be able to add that data into our post. So we're going to be doing the same thing with this project, but diving a lot more deeply into it. So what's good about this is it just gives us a lot of flexibility, and we'll start to slowly get used to this as we go along. So components are going to be a hot topic this week.